Days of Our Lives preview week of September 8th. Rafe's DNA swab on baby Tesoro. Rachel visits Kristen in prison. Days of Our Lives Fall 2025 spoilers. Rachel's helical, Chad's fight, and hospital terror. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives exercise videotape for the week of September 8th to 12th reveals that Rafe Hernandez will do a DNA swab on baby Tesoro, while Rachel Black visits Kristen DiMera in captivity. Days of Our Lives' daily promo kicks off with Julie Williams and Maggie Kyriakis as the widows spend some time relating over their delicate losses. Meanwhile, Javi Hernandez will talk to Leo Stark about the staying period being over, which means tons of people are going to be contending to borrow the cutest baby on the earth. Chanel Dupree DiMera will also have an relinquishment-related discussion with Johnny DiMera, so she'll admit she formerly has a baby in mind when it comes to starting their family. Of course, Chanel will mean Tesoro, so she'll stopgap Johnny's on the same runner about potentially making him their consanguineous son. Brady Black preliminarily ruled out the possibility that the Firehouse baby could be Sophia Choi's, since he assumed she hadn't given birth yet. Still, Days spoilers say Brady will get updates on an indication that causes him to reevaluate that station. Considering all Sophia's other deception, Brady may realize she could have faked her gestation a bit longer to throw everyone off. Steve Johnson will hear the rearmost news from Brady before Rafe becomes part of this plot. Days daily exercise videotape shows Rafe preparing to do a DNA swab on Tesoro, but that doesn't inescapably mean the verity will come out just yet. We all know how frequently DNA test results get altered in Salem, so that's important to flash back then. Over with Rachel. Days spoilers say she'll be crushed when Brady admits Kristen got 6 times behind bars. Rachel will ultimately cry to Holly Jonas and condemn herself for Kristen's captivity stint, though it doesn't look like she'll flash back her guilt in EJ DiMera's fire at this point. Rachel will eventually shock Kristen by visiting her mama at state ill like she's done in the history. Kristen's heart will break as she struggles to answer questions without driving any traumatic recollections for Rachel. At the DiMera manse, Tony DiMera will give Theo Carver a warm welcome home. After Theo leverages Tony, he'll be curious about an offer that Tony supposedly summoned him to bandy. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Theo could get caught up in some dangerous DiMera family drama, so stay tuned. Days of Our Lives Fall 2025 spoilers. Rachel's helical, Chad's fight, and hospital terror. Days of Our Lives sees hot spoilers as Salem cools off this fall, including murderous capers, Rachel Black twisting, Chad DiMera fighting, sanitarium horror, and big returns. Let's talk about some dark turns on the NBC cleaner, including murder and mayhem for Halloween. There's always commodity wicked coming to Salem for the vacation, and this time's Great Pumpkin Day is no exception. It looks like there's a slasher on the loose that could attack Alex Kyriakis, Kat Green, and Chad. With Marlena Evans having weird agonies and a history as the Salem snooper, let's hope it's not her. Salem's spooky fall murder and mayhem for Halloween. We've also got the opening of the Dr. Tom Horton's free clinic, featuring numerous Horton family members home for the strip slice. All that's veritably nice, but the reason for Kayla Brady happily publicizing the launch of the free clinic could be commodity more minatory. Fall spoilers promise that EJ DiMera is doing commodity satanic with the sanitarium. Around the same time that the new Horton clinic is devoted, we're going to get some mysterious trials in a private lab that EJ set up at Salem University Hospital, which begs the question, is Dr. Wilhelm Rolfe part of it? Tom Horton Clinic opens amidst EJ DiMera's diabolical hospital plans. The 60th anniversary, of course, is this November, and tons of former cast members are back over the coming many months. Jennifer Horton and Jack Devereaux are in city now, but they're going to leave and also return when the Dr. Tom Horton Clinic opens its doors in Salem coming month. We're also getting back Mike Horton, Lucas Horton, Marie Cheatham as Marie Horton, and Steve Olson. They're all back for the clinic opening, which should be enough near, but not right up against the 60th anniversary celebratory occurrences. Plus, Paul Narita, Andrew Donovan, and Will Horton are back. And guess who differently is back on Days of Our Lives? We've got Lonnie Price and Eli Grant back. They head back to Salem to visit family. We also know Eric Brady and Eric's binary Sammy Brady are each back for these huge November occurrences. With EJ and Sammy's family, Bell Black, on the outs, we wonder if we're going to get any spark between Sammy and EJ. You know we know, but what we do know is Hurricane Sammy no way stays too long. Days of Our Lives' 60th anniversary cherished characters return to Salem. Now, with Kristen DiMera doomed to 6 times behind bars, immolating herself to cover the real shooter, her son Rachel, despite this acting like check, it's not. Effects are far from settled and far from over. Despite Marlena and Brady Black's there's further trauma ahead for little Rachel. Spoilers confirm that Kristen's unstable son switches out, and Notoriety's life is at threat as a result. Hopefully, it's not Rachel getting a gun and coming back to finish off EJ. It also seems likely that part of this helical occurs after Rachel remembers that she's the real shooter. There's also a scuttlebutt going around that Brady and Kristen's son winds up in Bayview for a period of time. This is to cover Alice Halsey's exit to work on the Little House on the Prairie reboot. We should see Rachel exit closer to November, however, because she reportedly has mugged since May. Also, anticipate to see Kristen in Statesville, but not for 6 times. Her fortunes will shift, and she'll be a free woman, fairly or immorally, before too long. Rachel Black's dangerous helical trauma and reckoning in Salem. We've also got further action with Marlena's veritably bad dreams as her health extremity grows much, much worse. This fall, it won't be too much longer until Sophia Choi and Melinda Trask's fake relinquishment scheme blows up because Brady won't stop until he finds out the verity about the relinquishment. With Steve Johnson on the case, it should be sooner rather than latterly. Also, get ready for further covetousness coming from Sophia towards Holly Jonas. Sophia has formerly snaked that job at the cantina to be close to Tate Black. Soon, Sophia creeps into Holly's dorm room to take unhappy Prince of Herrick's bestie while she sleeps. This is all some kind of plot to try and mess her and Tate up. Marlena's worsening health and Sophia's devious relinquishment scheme exposed. Plus, Johnny DiMera is Salem University's newest peripheral professor in the film department. We wonder if some showstopper co-ed may try to betray the bodacious Professor DiMera perhaps to get an A in his class, while Chanel Dupree is busy allowing about relinquishment. Johnny is on board with resuming the relinquishment process, but there are speed bumps. His recent arrest for tried murder may get them rejected by prospective parents. Still, little Tesoro is going to be over for relinquishment soon, and that's the baby they were planning to get all on. Johnny DiMera's new role and adoption hurdles with Chanel. This fall, look for Kat and Chad to grow closer, and he's going to face a mountain of counter-reaction from Julie Williams, Jack, and Jennifer. They detest that Chad is indeed musketeers with Kat, but if they start a romantic relationship, the Horton, Devereaux family is going to explode on him. What's going to make effects worse is that Chad and Abigail Devereaux's kiddies actually like Kat. Their grandparents, Jack and Jennifer, won't appreciate that at all. So, Thomas DiMera and Charlotte DiMera may also be impacted by all this drama. Kat's scheme sparks Chad's jealousy? Plus, Kat is getting near to EJ for reasons that Chad may not like at each. Stephanie Johnson may be stalked by a former nut that she was inspired to write about in her amorous novel, One Stormy Night. It looks like her toxic ex-boyfriend Jeremy Horton is heading back to City to defy Stephanie. We do know that Michael Rourke is joining Days of Our Lives soon, and he may be playing Jeremy. He's a fit, he's the right age. We love Michael Rourke, by the way. However, you're going to love him if you guys do know him. Chad and Kat's expiring romance ignites Horton, DiMera family feud. Tony DiMera and Gabby Hernandez have the word to undo the Titan DiMera junction. Thanks to the bug that Gabby planted, they know about the Philip Kiriakis phony. But if Xander Cook hurries up and signs those Seco CEO papers, that will dwindle the influence of that word. Philip and Xander set up the bug that Gabby left, but the DiMeras are in peril as a new riddle kicks off this fall. Either way, Tony may get DiMera Enterprises back from the Kiriakis sisters with Gabby in the motorist seat. Both Philip and Xander are going to be furious when they find out what Gabby did. Sarah and Xander still disgruntled on Days of Our Lives. Also, anticipate further of estranged consorts Xander and Sarah Horton. Hopelessly in love, but unfit to make effects work in their marriage, Xander's getting wrathfulness operation remedy, but Sarah also has some issues to deal with before they can revitalize their broken love. Philip will play a part in Xander and Sarah's conciliation, as Philip and Xander truly do try to be better sisters for each other. By the way, we've some blurted word, too. We've also been told that there's a double hijacking coming this fall, and get this, a captivity break. You know who that means is going to be walking out from behind bars. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.